Alright, welcome to the inside of Karla. Now, there's not a lot of time left till grudgekings. I think I've got 3 weeks. I've got to do the spark plugs, I've got to do the fuel pumps, the fuel filter, the injectors, because I had to get new ones. And then my tuner said that he's not going to put any more into this car because it's still a stock block. So if he's not going to do more to it, I'm going to pull more out of it. So I've already gutted the boot and the front and underneath and mostly in here before the last competition. So this time the only way I can think of shedding even more weight out of this is by taking the heater core and everything out of the dash. This car's not going to see the road again. I've just got its last rego forms, so I've decided I want to go quick, not drive it on the street. So yeah, this is going to basically be prep work for the grudgekings in 3 weeks. So I'll get into it, you guys can tag along and we'll see what we find. It's probably a shit fight behind that dash, so we'll see how we go.
So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic.
Another rego paper. So this was my cheap $40 heater to get me through for rego when I got this street registered. Don't even know it works. I never actually used it, but that's what the engineer wanted. Check that out. True Kuma fashion, it's starting to rain. Alright, so here's the heater box that I've got to try and cut out. So I won't bore you with that, but I'll get that out and we'll weigh it and see what it's worth and go from there. Alright, so there you have it. I've torn the box out and I've neatened up some of the wiring and everything like that. I've got to get over there and sort that out now. But that's out. That's the box over there. So I'll put this back together and then I'll get onto the fuel pumps and filters and check them out and then blow the lines out, and then we'll put the new injectors in and we'll try and fire this thing up, see how we go. Alright, so I thought I might just mark my speedo down just so we can see what speeds we're going to get, so I can tell roughly. So I've marked the 130 mile an hour mark, since over here in Australia we use the proper system. And I've got my phone down here. It's told me that 140 miles is 225. So my speedo only goes to 220. So if I just mark that right down there like that, that'll do. Hey, I'll put that as 140. That'll give me a rough indication when I cross the line, if I'm still paying attention to what I'll do. So we'll go from there and see what happens. I just thought it might be a neat little trick. See what happens. Alright, now we'll get onto the fuel system. Alright, so here's Karla's fuel system. You can see the boot's been filthy. She hasn't been moved in a while, so I've got the filter here and a filter up there. So I'm just going to undo them. I'll inspect the pumps and everything like that, because this cell's actually filled with a foam. So I'll pull these off and inspect it all, and then I'll take them into the shed, open them up, have a proper look at it all, and I'll give you an inspection then on what the story is, and then hopefully we can get the injectors in and start it up. So I'll get into it. Alright, got the pre-filter out, so I've cracked it. Just going to open it up and have a look.
I want to look inside the bag.
Yeah, alright. Oh, there's a little bit of foam in it. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Good thing we put that on, hey. Little bits of it. Alright, well, I'll clean that out. And then, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, all things considered. So I'll blow that out, and I'll put it back together. And then, we'll pressure test the system, and well, we'll put the injectors in first and then we'll pressure test the system. So, but that's alright, because I'm actually going to change the fuel cell out and put a 10 litre cell in instead, because it doesn't need a 50 litre anymore since it's not going to be driven on the road.
Daddy, that
So yeah, alright, I'll clean this out, I'll put it back together, and then we'll get to putting the injectors on. Alright, so I got all that back together. I've got the battery on charge, so I figured we'll charge that while I'm putting the new injectors in. So that's all good to go. And yeah, so now it's just the injectors. I'm just getting sockets and that ready. I did have some sockets and I'll put them down now. Talking to Aurora and now I've lost my train of thought. Did I leave the sockets in there?
No.
No? I've lost the sockets, I'll be back. Alright, now that they're done, I'll pressurise the system, check it for leaks and everything like that, and I'll try and fire it up. Might help if I plug these back in. So hopefully we should be alright. In the last set of injectors I had one down. It was number 7 injector was gone. So, which is fine. But it was easier just to buy a whole new set, which these were, they cost me about $1,000. So small price to pay for an engine. Right. Alright, we'll see if it fires up. Seems like I got a leaking fuel line. Nice. Alright, we'll try and fix it, see how we go. Alright, so this is the line that was leaking. It's got a small pinhole in it, just here. So I found some line that's the same size. So all I'm going to do is take these fittings off, I'll mark that up, and then I'll make up a new line and go fit it. So I'll get into that now. Right, so now that's undone, I'll mark this line out. I'll chop the end of that off though, so I've got to start with a fresh end. There. And there. Now, you can tape it, but I have found it easier with a hose clamp, but I don't think I'm going to have a hose clamp, am I? Not to suit this. So what you can do is just get some tape and just tape it up. Tape up the end. Like that, and then like this. And what this does is basically just stops the ends fraying. It won't stop it completely, but it will help it. You can buy actual cutting tools to do this, but I don't have them, so. Like that. You can see it's not too bad of an end. So you get your favourite knocking apparatus, take your tape off. That one can go in the bin. Like that. Get your end and feed it on there. Just be careful not to slice yourself or stab yourself because it's painful and irritating. Get that. Knock it home. Like so. Put it in a vise. Now these, you can put a bit of lube on the ends to sort of help you get it into the hose. I don't have any, I just use spit. Figured it's good enough for sex, it's good enough for AN fittings. And then just wind it in all the way home. Like that. That's one done. Now I'll get on to the other one. Sticky tape, you know? Never sticky when you want it to, but always sticky when you don't. Kills me. Right. Once again, put your end on. Knock it home. I don't know if you can see that, but it's sitting all the way in there. Clamp it. A bit of spit. And then you have your other end done. So, 2 fittings on my line. That'll go back in the car now, and we'll try and start it and make sure there's no more leaks. This is why we do our maintenance on race cars, so we don't go up in flames. Right.